Hello, my name is Danielle Metcalfe-Chenail, and today I get to chat with my wonderful co-author of Freddie the Flyer, Fred Carmichael. I'm here in Halifax, in Mi'kma'ki, and Fred is joining me today from Inuvik up in the Northwest Territories. Hi, Fred.
Hi, you look very young.
And you're looking well yourself, Fred. I miss you. It's been a long time since we've gotten to be together in the same space. I'm going to pester you for a few of my favorite stories. And I'm hoping that you can first tell us about that time when you were 10 years old out at the bush camp and you got to touch your first airplane. Can you tell me about that?
The way that happened, I guess, is my mother and my older brother went from our camp in the bush. But, they went to a Klavik to get some groceries, and so it's a long way by dog team, but very close by airplane. And I think just a month earlier or something like that, the Associated Airways from Grand Prairie, I think, stationed a Stinson aircraft as a business in the Mackenzie Delta. Anyway, they were using Stinson aircraft back then. And so my mother and my brother went to the Klavik to get the groceries and whatnot. So they chartered the Stinson, and it was a red Stinson.
Yeah,
Big
'cause
deal.
this would have been about 1946, right? And you said there's no way to get cars in and out, so it was dog team or on foot or by airplane. And what was
And
it like when you saw that airplane come into your camp?
yeah, I was quite excited about it, and so I started poking around a little bit, and it's a no-no because my father didn't want to be responsible for the damage to the airplane, like, because I was trying to look inside or looking under the wings, and the pilot showed me and said, what, the wing and the prop and what have you. It was quite interesting. So,
And did that make a big impression on you?
oh yeah, I mean, watch them coming in, landing, and then when he left again.
It was a few more years though before you got to actually
Oh
go up
yeah,
in an airplane, right? I think you told
yeah,
me you were 16 and it was near the ball field in a Klavik, right? There was a missionary there called Don Violette.
that's right. But Don Violet, those
Don Violet, that's right.
he was a missionary. Yeah. I helped him, like, when he's putting the cowling on and back on. I kind of need some help on it, holding the cowling up, and when it all finished, we had, so I got to test fly this, like, this airplane, and he said, if you'd like, you can come along. So a big deal for me.
What you told me then, Don kind of helped you figure out the way to get your private pilot's license, and he even flew you down to Edmonton when
Yeah,
you went to flying school, right?
that's right. Yeah.
A few years after that, when you had your own company and you've been flying for a while, one of the things that you did a lot was help people, right? There'd be
Yeah.
mercy flights or search and rescue flights. Can you tell us the story about the bank manager and his friend
Oh,
that were on their way to tech?
Yeah, that's many years later.
Hmm.
I was a commercial pilot by that time. Yeah, and what had happened is they were going from Inuvik um, to to Tuck, but they wanted to. I don't know how
They got all turned around, eh?
they had all turned around. They searched for him there. I guess a couple of 3 days, and uh, so I was doing some stuff at ranger station. So I called in and said, "Well, let's get, if you need any help, I can." I mean, a couple of boys from at ranger station or Tuck there would come along as spotters, you know. And he said, "Oh no, we won't. We don't need your help," sort of a thing. And
It was like the
they,
top brass, right? Weren't they the
yeah,
military search and rescue folks?
yeah, just search and rescue. And they said, "No, it was fine. I, anyway, about 10 days later, there's still no sign of the bank, and we just have to. They're gone. So, you know, I mean, they're
Yeah, so
probably
they were going to wrap up the search and head
yeah,
back south, right?
yeah. They got as far as Fort Good Hope, which is 200 miles, I think, or near that. And I got into my airplane, and a couple of the boys that, you know, along with, I know the Mackenzie southern part quite very well, and guys are in the canoe or paddling or uh, go
Yeah,
to,
the bank manager and his friend were in a
yeah,
boat,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And the
yeah,
Mackenzie Delta it's got
yeah,
so many different arms and tributaries.
yeah,
And
and
the way you told me is pretty much an hour after the military packed up and left, you and the boys in, these local fellas,
yeah,
you were able to find the bank manager and his friend, right? Who'd been
yeah,
stuck out there for
yeah,
15 days.
yeah. Anyway, as soon as the Air Force left, we took off and we went to this channel where we figured they may have made the wrong turn.
Mhm.
The Air Force had just, they were about uh, maybe 100, 150 miles heading for back to Toronto or wherever. And they heard us giving our message to air radio saying that we located these people and we're so many miles from Inuvik, heading for Inuvik. And one of them had some problem medical wise, and so we had to have him taken in as soon as we got there because he was very bad shape. So these Air Force people heard about it, and they turned around and came back to see what they, you know, where they were and how all the stuff.
And
So
the moral of the story is that local knowledge is so
yeah,
important, right?
that's right. They,
Well, thank goodness for you and your friends for being able to find them and bring them back before any kind of real tragedy
yeah,
happened.
yeah, for
You
sure.
know, they were able to get that medical attention
Yeah,
and be okay and have quite a story for the rest of their lives about roughing it in the bush outside of Inuvik, right?
yeah.
On the
Put them
Mackenzie
back.
Delta. Well, Fred, I think we're going to have to stop there because can you imagine if we tried to tell all your stories from 70 years of flying? That
Oh,
would, we'll need
yeah.
more than a picture book for that. But thank you so much for taking the time to talk today. And thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your stories with me and with all the young folks that are going to watch this. And
Okay.
I will hopefully see you really soon.